Well, hello Capricorns, how are you doing? Welcome to your love reading. So if you have Cap in your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, this reading is for you. And if you don't know that, you've got a link in the description box below the video here of how to get that information for free, okay? Also there, you will see personal readings if you want to delve deeper into a particular romantic situation or job, money, what have you. I read for just about everything, and I have, okay? So with that being said, here's how the reading, it's going to be in 4 parts, okay? First part, if you are a Capricorn and dealing with someone. Second part, if you are interested in new romantic opportunities. Third part, we'll read for that past person. And the fourth part will be for all Capricorns, okay? So hope we got good things coming in, Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn moon, so always interested to read for my fellow Capricorns. Love reading for you guys. And so let's see what we have if you're dealing with someone. Their energy, your energy, and the probable outcome based on the energetic snapshot that we take. All right. Fire, earth, fire energy again, and earth energy again. Aries specifically, maybe, maybe not. And now we have water, we have fire, wow, and we have earth again. Okay, so we have every zodiac sign, which is often why I say that is not what's important in the readings, but I do give them for the folks that are interested. You have the one major arcana that is specifically Aries, but we will talk about that in more detail. But okay, let's go to your person's energy. There has been some conflict, obviously, or we wouldn't be talking. And the cards say that. 5 of Wands. Could mean outside interference, okay? Can speak to a third party, but just simply sometimes some nosy Nancy's in the mix, okay? And there's nothing, I'm not speaking about women, that's just a saying, so don't be all up in arms about that, okay? I'm a female, clearly. But, it's almost, and maybe the conflict was between you two, okay? But it's almost like here you don't even know what you're fighting about or who's against who. Kind of unclear who is aligned with who in this thing. And maybe you had some tail-toters in this thing where they weren't really aligned with anybody. They were just enjoying the drama. Many times, 5 of Wands that comes up in the upright can certainly speak to that, okay? There, in your person's energy, there is abundance in this thing, and maybe your person is a person of wealth. They know their value, and I think they see the value in the relationship now, or they will come to, but there was a point in time where they were really doubting whether it was worth it, because you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Could also speak to some wishy-washiness in the energy. Maybe at times they're great, times they're not, okay? I don't think that is the case for most of you. I think this is more of a timeline where there was drama, they felt like it wasn't worth it, and now, or they will, come to be more positive about the opportunities here, okay? So, now, in your energy, all right, Queen of Wands, but in the reverse. Sometimes that can speak to controlling, trying to be overly controlling, okay? Maybe you dealt with that in this drama, okay? I'm kind of seeing a similar timeline in your and their energy. That's what's coming up. When I dig into cards, I get more to the story, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here. Okay, you dealt with some controlling or things that were thought to be secret. Maybe it was a backstabbing situation, okay, outside of this, okay? Could very well be something that was thought to be secret, but I think it came out. But hear me out. Okay, as this timeline with you goes on, 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I think you doubted whether or not this was worth it either. And you kind of were more short-sighted in this thing rather than being long-range minded and seeing the big picture and kind of trusting divine timing and the process, okay? That's what I'm getting along your timeline, okay? And you felt like it was a risky gamble. But for what it's worth, you stepped into a pretty powerful place, as did they. First of all, you stepped into your own power, okay? Very high vibrational, nurturing. Certainly can speak to family, motherhood, marriage, and pregnancy. For those of you that applies to, heads up, okay? But for those that don't, then put that part out of this. But solid, okay? A lot of compassion and a lot of emotion here for your person. Now, let's talk about this. Probable outcome looks pretty good. Do I see you guys overcoming this? Yes, I do. Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity, new start with a probable outcome to be a positive one, okay? King of Cups, a lot of emotion, mature, stable, silent strength, very nurturing, okay? Very caring, okay? And Six of Wands, okay? In the upright, very powerful. Recognition of each other and your abilities and your power and your value and your growth and what you bring to the table. Wow. So it's a timeline. I don't know where you guys are on this, and you may be in different places along the same timeline, but what I see is both of you, either at the same time or at some point along this thing, you go to this, you deal with the drama. You both kind of go, I'm not sure if this is worth it. You know, I don't see anything coming. And then you're like, know what? It is. I feel a lot of emotion. It is worth fighting for. And so I'm going to do it. Why? Because my person has a lot of emotion for me and vice versa. And I see the potential here for a positive outcome. Now, as with anything, when I give these type of readings, it's always with the caveat that don't just do the work and then get complacent. Because why? If you get complacent in the future, it will certainly end up in another mess and you will deal with more drama, okay? If, you know, but it takes both people continuing to do the work, because if one stops, then you'll repel. And if you both stop, then you'll get stagnant and your energy will go yucky again. And then, you know, another debacle. And we don't want that. Why? Because I see this having a lot of potential, Capricorns. Wow, nice reading. Thank you for giving me that opportunity. Okay, so Capricorns, if you are looking to see what new opportunities may be out there, this part of the reading is for you, right? I assume that most of the folks that are interested in this part of the reading, you're probably single, okay? So let's just take a look at what you need to know. Red lights, yellow lights, caution lights, green lights, red flags. Are there so many you can so address? I don't know. Let's see, right? Let's take a look. Okay. Sometimes you have more than one option too. We find that sometimes and sometimes when we read like this. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's talk about this. You may have an air, water sign, or specifically Scorpio. Maybe, maybe not. I'm going to be honest with you. What you are looking at is someone that is really just coming out of something tough. And maybe you are. Energetically, if you attract that where they're not dealt with their stuff, still overly focused on a heartbreak from the past, Ten of Swords, and Four of Cups in the upright, failing to take responsibility for their part. Why? Because they simply haven't healed. Okay, that's fine. The wisdom is knowing that and taking a break from the dating activity thing. Okay, Death. You know, focused on the ending. They're focused on the ending. They need to. This card is all about making a transformation, and you may need to do that too, because you may be overly focused on the past too. You know, if you're feeling lonely and heartbroken, another person cannot fill you up. Okay, you have to do that yourself, and that would be the advice here, to lay low and avoid dating. Okay, that's the Ten of Swords advice. Keeping your heart safe and trusting the process, the healing process. First, assess the damage, and then take this is if you don't believe it, go to tarot.com. Ten of Swords is all about first assess the damage and then take the necessary action to make the needed repairs, and laying low and avoiding and keeping your heart safe. Why? Because if you keep going this direction, you know, the definition of insanity is continuing to do the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. The call here for you guys, and I love you, this is, you know, the truth is what will set you free, right? If you want a different result, take a different action. Get off the hamster wheel, take the break, okay, and go from there. Yeah, hold off making a decision. Why? Because truth will come to light and you will triumph over this thing, okay? But this is the advice on this card, okay? Two of Wands in the upright, okay? Hold off, okay? And it can speak to a lot of self-esteem issues. Why? Because you're still heartbroken. Nothing wrong with where you are. We've all been there, okay? I could not speak to this if I had not walked this path, okay? Trust and believe. I know if this is you, I know exactly how you feel. But if you will just hold off on this thing, okay, the truth will come in. It will shine the light on everything in your shadow, and you'll be able to work through this thing so that you can attract something viable going in the future, okay? Rather than staying stuck on the hamster wheel, because, you know, another person is only going to temporarily fill that hole, okay? So, Cappies, I love you. I'm trying to help you, okay? All right, so, you know, and there again, I mean, you know, a beautiful lie, I could tell you something that you want to hear. I could, okay, that, you know, everything is sunshine and unicorn farts, okay? Not going to do that because I don't want to see you stay stuck. I want to help you. And I am here to help the people that want to be helped. If you want to stay stuck, I can't make you listen. I can't. I hope you'll listen, and maybe you plan, you know, maybe even a couple months from now, you'll look back and say, you know what, that redheaded woman knew what she was talking about. Maybe it's because I've been there, okay? So, you know, life, the school of hard knocks in life is an awfully good teacher. I have tried every way, you know, just like Thomas Edison said, you know, he had a quote, and he said, I've not failed, but I found 10,000 ways to not make this work, okay? So no shame in having tried a number of different things, but you know what? Just try stepping away. Can't hurt a thing, right? And you might learn some things, okay? So with that being said, Capricorns, if you are interested in what might be going on in the past person, maybe they've reached out, or maybe you're just thinking about them, thinking about reaching out. Let's see what's up with them. Take an energetic snapshot of their energy. All right, so we have Capricorn energy, air, fire, water, air again, water, Libra specifically, and earth. We have every zodiac sign, which is why I many times say that the zodiac signs in a reading is not what is the most important thing. So here are the message of the cards. Pardon me, 1 second. All right. Let's tell the story. 10 of Wands in your person's energy, okay? Needing to take a rest and not doing so. A lot, you know, this speaks to endings, okay? Certainly, I think for many of you, we're talking about an ex, okay? 10 of Wands in the reverse. Doesn't really have a clear vision on something yet, okay? Not objective enough, not having the maturity to take a step back and be objective and maybe see their role in a debacle. Maybe they're overly focused on an ending they just went through that doesn't have a darn thing to do with you. But you know what? Devil in the upright needs to do some shadow work. Certainly imprisoned by being blinded and not being objective in this thing, okay? Can speak to addiction, manipulative behavior, deception many times, okay? But it is self-imprisonment. It's like this person has the capability to free themselves, but they haven't done so. But many times self-esteem issues with this thing. 5 of Swords, okay, deceit again, hidden agenda, okay, deception, turmoil, re-examine. This person needs to take a look inside. This is what this card says, and see what went wrong in their own stuff, okay? And I don't know if it's with you and your past with them or with another situation. Could go either way, probably both, okay? Because probably it's a hamster wheel kind of thing we're talking about. When we get that devil energy, that's what that speaks to, okay? 7 of Wands. You feel like this. First of all, 7 of Swords, but in the reverse, okay? You kind of are thinking about taking a leap of faith with this person, okay? But you're going to rely on your intuition, because you kind of have suspicions that this thing would not go well like you want it to if you went forward, okay? You know, and maybe you are refusing to take responsibility in your role in this thing too, because look, you may have, you know, by all appearances, outside appearances, not done a damn thing wrong, okay? But energetically, you know, and there are many ways you can attract, you know, this kind of energy to you. It has nothing to do with, you know, being punished for what you did wrong and being rewarded for what you did right. You may have treated this person like gold, but somewhere in your energy, and I can't answer that, you have to go inside and delve in, but somewhere in your energy, you probably still need to take a look at energetically where you were in this thing, okay? And why it's, you know, probably not, and you do have some reservations, and that's your good old intuition speaking to you about this, okay? Let's talk about this thing going forward. Probable outcome, 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, not worth your time, okay? Your time is better spent. Your time and energy, it would be a risky gamble, That's literally. If you look up tarot.com, don't believe me, look it up. 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, a risky gamble. That's what that's about, okay? Justice in the reverse, lack of balance, okay? There are also many times when justice comes in the reverse, the advice on that thing, and when it's in the reverse, is to kind of hold off. There's more to the story that you don't know about, and to lay low in this thing, okay? Hold back. That is what that has to do with. Certainly can speak to imbalance and unfairness, okay? And at the end of the day, if this is all not enough, this is the hand that rocks the cradle, the very center of the probable outcome, 8 of Cups in the upright, betrayal, heartbreak, and ultimately the walking away, okay? This is the card of walking away for myself and many other readers, okay? Injury to the heart, disillusionment, and emotionally unfulfilled from this thing if you try to go forward with it. So obvious that, you know, what the advice is, right? The advice on the 8 of Cups is making sure to heal old wounds, right? And examine your motives and focus on the positive. And you cannot do that if you don't heal. I promise you that. Okay. So with that being said, let's get some overall guidance and advice, predictions for all of my Cappy friends, okay? All of my Cappy friends, what can I tell you? Let's take a look. We'll put some oracles in a minute. And if you want to delve into anything deeper, hit me up for a personal reading, okay? All right, let's take a look. All right. Advice, okay? Hanging Man, in the advice, okay, is all about having a different perspective, okay? Trust and flow and let everything in life unfold naturally and organically, and don't force and don't resist the process, okay? Trusting your intuition. Queen of Cups in the advice, okay? Don't let other people cross your boundaries, set clear boundaries, and do not be so busy taking care of everybody else that you neglect you. Why? Okay, here's why. Putting yourself first is the most unselfish thing you can do. Here's why. Let's just take me, for example. I have a 15-year-old daughter. If I don't put myself first, I can't be a good mother. I can't give from an empty cup. It's got to be overflowing and charged up. And the only way I can do that is to be doing regular energy work, okay? Meditation, shadow work, grounding, centering, shielding, self-care, all of it. I mean, I talk about that throughout my Life Preserver playlist, okay? So do not neglect your own work and your own self-care, okay? Be kind, speak your truth in love. Takes a lot of balance to be able to do both, okay? You do not compromise your message, you know, and let's talk about this. Some zodiac, you are not one of these, Capricorn, neither am I, because I'm a Cap Moon and a Gemini Sun and Rising, so I will speak my truth. I, like you, probably, you know, and now I will say this, it depends on your other placements, but, you know, many folks struggle with being upfront and speaking their truth in an uncompromised way because they don't want to create problems or ruffle feathers or what have you, okay? People like me, because I have a sharp tongue. I'm a Queen of Swords kind of girl, okay? You know, we'll speak our truth all day long, but we have to speak it in love. And so either way that you swing on that pendulum, it requires daily meditation to keep yourself in check, where you are both speaking your truth in an uncompromising way and having healthy boundaries that you refuse to compromise, but you do both of those things in a loving and kind way. And you don't waste any time at the same time. It's like, it's all an attitude of, look, I love you. I got nothing about you bad or about anything. This is nothing personal. I want you to eat, just not at my table. Okay, and you're kind about that, and it's okay. Ace of Cups, okay? Challenge yourself to see through the eyes of the divine. See your own beautiful self, okay? And, you know, see with your heart and see the good and potential in everything and everyone. Okay, when these things happen that cause us to have heartbreak, you can look at this, or, you know, setbacks. You can look at this as a failure or be a victim, or you can take a step back and say, not so much, why did this happen to me, but why did this happen for me? What are the lessons? Where am I really supposed to be going with this, okay? That is the advice of that card. I'm going to pull some Moonology and then some other for you, okay? And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up. It helps me and other readers so, so much, okay? So take that. You're good enough. Full moon in Virgo. May mean something to you, the Virgo thing, or maybe not. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio, okay? And luck is on your side. Sagittarian energy, okay? Serendipity for many of you. Nice. Always nice to be come across what seems to be serendipity. It's all planned, I promise you that. But it feels serendipitous, so it does make it fun. So we'll take that as it comes, right? Let's get some quotes for you guys, okay? These are things that speak to my soul that have helped me greatly along my path. Sometimes they're quotes I give credit where I know who said it. If not, I just pass it along anyway, okay? So, if there are enough red flags to so address, maybe you should pay attention. Boom. Someone gave me, and we talked about this just now, someone gave me a box of darkness. It took me some time to realize that this too was a gift. Why? It helps you see your strengths, right? You know, don't follow a path, blaze your own trail. Love that one too. We're born alone, we live alone, and we die alone. Only through our love and friendships can we create the illusion for the moment that we are not alone. Or Sunwells. Here you go, if you want to screen it. There it is. Beautiful quote. Like it a lot. So with that being said, Capricorns, thank you so much for watching. Hit me up for a personal reading if you like, and certainly subscribe and like, and I love hearing from you guys in the comments. Okay, until next time, Capricorn.